Welcome back to Titancraft. Today we're going to start the episode off by doing some fun encounters in the above. I visited the above a couple of episodes ago if you want to know more about it. Basically, it's an adventure map custom made for Titancraft, maintained by the mod team, with bosses, puzzles, and games. First off today, we're going to visit the mansion, a structure that resets periodically and is designed to be run with up to 8 people. The mansion is filled with illagers, which need to be fully cleared out in order to get a full reward at the end. There are 3 floors full of enemies. I had a couple of close calls this run, but overall I think I did pretty well, and didn't die, so that's a plus. There are a few chests throughout that you can loot here, but they tend not to have anything very good. The outside needs to be checked as well, just in case any enemies wandered out. Once all 3 floors are cleared, we all gather at the top. While most have been fighting, one person stays up here to solve the sliding puzzle in the center. Once everyone has gathered and the puzzle has been solved, a chest appears for every participant, and we get an advancement that means we did in fact clear every enemy. Something you can get on Titancraft is a luck potion. If someone drinks it and opens all of the chests, the loot ends up being a little bit better than it would have been. Unfortunately, I only got Unbreaking 5 shears, not the most useful thing in the world, but I did get 2 Titan shards. Next, we're going to do pig races, which requires 4 players to do. Once we have a rider for each of the pigs, the race begins. The goal is to reach as many beacon beans as possible as they jump around the island. I did pretty good, and I got 2nd place. Right next to the pig island is Kovac, a zombie villager that will give us a reward for healing him. We just have to stay out of his reach. Under this tree are a horde of angry killer bunnies. We have to go around and collect 5 eggs, though more and more bunnies spawn the longer you take, so it's easy to become overwhelmed with them. After finding all 5 eggs, you get a Titan shard and a random mob head. The above has been very good to me recently. I've gotten a lot of really cool stuff. I've been doing a lot of above stuff, Traded in a ton of Titan shards. I actually have 56 sitting here that I have not traded in yet. Because I'm not really going after anything that much anymore because I've collected a lot of what I was hoping to get, but I've been doing a lot of above stuff. As you just saw, that was some of the encounters. I just showed like one instance of some of the encounters, but I've been doing a lot of those encounters and a lot more encounters than that I've still yet to show. This is my above chest. I have so much stuff here from the above at this point. So much stuff. One thing that I like getting is bundles. I've been finding those in chests, and you can't craft those on this server. You just get them from the above. And I've actually really enjoyed using bundles, especially in the above, to like carry around loose items. And I think I might use bundles more and more as time goes on, because I do find them to be useful. When building my my little factory builds, my little quote-unquote factory builds in the last episode, I used bundles to kind of store some of the items that were only like one-offs that I needed. And then that one bundle just takes up one shulker spot. But I've gotten a lot of really cool stuff, including a ton of coupons, which I want to use a couple of them right now. The main coupon that I was going after, I've gotten 18 now, and some of these were actually sold to me by some people, which I really, really appreciated. But I've gotten 18 now, and I think that'll cover me for a little while. I might end up wanting to use more depending on like what I designed further. But there's a bunch of other coupons here that are really cool. There's the block coupon, which is like a creative block, an aesthetic creative block. Then the ones that I want to use right now are lore and name. So you can give items special names and special lore text, which I just think is really cool and something I've never really done before on the server, and something I want to do now because I've got some really good armor, and it just kind of has these like, you know, regular anvil names, and I think it would be really fun to have our armor and stuff, and maybe even our tools in the future, I'm not sure, have like special name text and special lore text. Another cool one that I'm really excited for is a sound coupon. I think I have some ideas for that. We'll see if that comes to fruition at some point. But let me grab these. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need. Let me go ahead and decide what I'm going to do here. I'm definitely going to do my helmet, my pants, and my boots. Now these are very special because they are all upgraded from what I had previously because of the above. I don't know if you'll notice anything different or off about these. Maybe a certain overpowered enchantment on them. All of these pieces have protection 5 instead of protection 4, which is really cool. And then these ones have Swift Sneak 2. Now I would love Swift Sneak 3, and I did get the Swift Sneak 2 from the above as well, because it has come to my attention that all of the ancient cities have been raided. I don't think there's a single one left on the server that has not been raided of Swift Sneak and everything else that's inside of it. Oh no, Lima. I hope Lima's okay. Basically, all the ancient cities are gone. That is kind of important for something else I want to do right now. I would have really liked to have like gone after an ancient city, but maybe next season I can be a little bit earlier with that and like try to do it more early in the season so I can get to one. But since it's been a few months, I just don't have the I just can't because there aren't any left. And then I also have this here, this chest plate, which I usually take to the above with me. It does not have protection 5 because the protection 5 on a chest plate seems to be a lot more rare than protection 5 on the other pieces of armor. And then I've got these, which are really, really awesome. I've used these so much in the above. They're super helpful. They're called steady shorts because they have a special above enchantment on them called steady, which basically means you do not get affected by knockback at all. And there are a lot of things in the above that give you crazy knockback. So these just like help so much with so many of the above encounters. I think I might just leave those as is for now, but I will go ahead and take these, and I'll do my wings as well. My main wings. I do have a bunch of other wings here that are all like backups that I don't necessarily need to do this kind of thing with. But so that is, let's see, I need 5 there and 5 here. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. And then maybe I'll do tools in the future as well. But for now, I'm just going to do this armor. And if I do end up getting protection 5 on a chest plate at some point, then I'll definitely upgrade that chest plate to have this as well. And I'll show you some more of the cool above stuff that we've gotten in just a little bit here. There's a couple more things I want to show you. But before we do that, I want to go do this real quick. And for that, I also need some books and quills. Let's go ahead and make our 10 books and quills. And then we'll go ahead and head over to spawn to do some magic. At spawn now, and we're coming back here to where we came a few episodes ago, earlier in the season, to the coupon kiosks here. And we want this one, first of all. So the basic gist of what I need to do is take the piece of armor that I want to first put a name on, put it in here, put it in the item frame, grab my book and quill, and then paste in the text that I want to be the name of my armor. Now we're going to name all of our armor this. Fictional's Red Herring Armor. Red Herring, as you found out last episode, is the name of our Redstone Guardian Farm factory conglomerate that is going to be out on the ocean. And as the founder of Red Herring, I feel like this will be entirely appropriate to have on all of my armor. Now we keep that in our main hand, and we go to page 7 and click some formatting options. So we're going to do that. I want it to be a dark red, and then I would like to make it bold. So this is kind of like a glimpse of what it's going to look like. It looks like it's already italicized. I wonder if I can unitalicize it. I'm not sure if I want it italicized or not. I think I don't want to italicize. I might italicize the lore text possibly. No, I think that looks good. I think that's what I want. I think I want red bold text on all of my armor. I'm going to click apply, and then if I come to page 8, this is what it'll look like. Fictional's Red Herring armor. And that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to click all done. And Fictional's Red Herring armor helmet. And one of our name coupons went away. And that's that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I don't actually lose the book and quill. So I didn't need 10 book and quills. Well, I just made 10 book and quills for nothing. So I can use this for all my other armor as well. So that's good to know. I'm going to do lore now. So in the book and quill, I'm going to add the lore that I want to add to all of my armor. And that is infused with a mysterious substance taken from the ocean's depths, which kind of gives a little hint at the lore behind Red Herring, the Red Herring Company, and what they're doing out there on the sea with their Redstone Guardian Factory. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the helmet again, put it in the item frame. This time I need to choose formatting options for the lore text. Now this I have not thought about quite as much, so I might think about what I want to do here. I think for this I'm going to choose white text for the lore. I mean you can't really see it here, but I think it'll show up nicely for the actual thing itself, on the actual item itself. And I'm going to go ahead and click all done on this. Pop that out. Infused with a mysterious substance taken from the ocean's depths. Now that'll make more sense on all of the armor once you see what I'm going to do to it all next. And all done with that. We've got all of our armor customized with name and lore text, which I really, really love. And I did something a little bit different for the wings because I can't do the thing I want to do with the armor with the wings, which you'll see in a second. So I named it Fictional's Red Herring Wings, and then made the lore text infused with a mysterious power taken from maniacal sprites. Because my texture pack here, which is from Vanilla Tweaks, it's one of the options on Vanilla Tweaks, is to make your wings, or all Elytra wings, look like Vex wings, which I think make them look way, way better. I've always really, really loved how this texture pack looks. I've always enjoyed it. In case you're wondering where I got it from or what it is, that's what it is. And I've always really, really enjoyed them. I've used them for years now. So now that we've got all that done, we are going to go head over to the shopping district and find a particular item that I'm looking for. And we want to come here to this trims shop here, which is just a super nice thing to have. This has been here for a while, and I'm really glad that it is, because there's no way I would be able to get the armor trim I want to get if this didn't exist. And so this please read book basically just says that this is a free service, and we just need to supply diamonds and grab the trim we want. This armor trim is extremely rare and is very, very hard to get, and is kind of probably impossible to get without this shop, because like I said, there are no more ancient cities. Let's go ahead and come down here and make some of these. That's gonna give the shop one back, so that's for the shop. Actually, might as well just go ahead and make a few of them. Let me go ahead and put this one back in the shop here. Very nice that they supplied some cobblestone as well. And actually, I'll also go ahead and give a nice diamond block as a tip. It looks like they've got a lot of tip here, but hopefully whoever started the shop comes back and grabs these tips, because it's well deserved and very much appreciated. And now we're back, I actually remembered that I don't actually want to use silence for everything. There's actually a couple of pieces that I want to put a different armor trim on. I want some that I actually already have, and that is rib. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just grab, I think two silence and 2 rib, and I'll use these for future things. I think I might put this on like my steady pants. If I get protection 5 chest plate, I might put that on that as well. So it'll be really nice to just have that here for whenever I need it. And we're going to upgrade all of our armor with a redstone. Go ahead and put the redstone in, chest plate, and the silence armor trim. That is my favorite. That is like my favorite look for the chest plate. I absolutely love the way it looks. I finally got this achievement, which is very cool. Love that. I'm going to do the pants in silence as well. The pants look really, really cool. The pants and the chest plate just go together so nicely in silence. Now, I do like silence in the boots and helmet, but I think what goes a lot better with what I'm going for, with the look I'm going for, is rib on both of these. So on the helmet, I'm going to go for rib. I really like this like side stripes here coming in. And on the boots as well. And the boots, we'll take a look at these on so I can kind of give you an idea of what I was going for here. With the dark stripes there on the helmet and the dark stripes there on the boots, I just think that looks really nice with the silence armor trim. I think it goes really well with the chest plate especially. And I just think that the chest plate has this like nice bright look to it in the center, but then as it gets farther out, it gets darker and darker. And the same with the leggings, it just gets darker and darker from the red center points. And I just think it looks so cool and so like redstone-y and so nice. And that is what the lore text means. These have been infused with redstone taken from the ocean's depths, which, like I said, more lore we will go into when we get to building more of our factory. To go over some more stuff I got from the above, this shulker has some cool stuff in it. And then I have this shulker here, which I wanted to show off. It has a ton of mini blocks in it. That is going to be really helpful. I've been going after my head a whole bunch. So I've got 21 of those. I think that's enough for what I need for now. My head can be really used nicely as a computer to monitor, which is what I'm going to use it for at some point. I've got a bunch of like redstone components as mini blocks, which I might use for something. I've got a bunch of mob heads and then a bunch more that I can possibly use for other things. I really love mini blocks. I'm hoping I can find some ways to use those nicely in the future. Lots of potions, lots of tools. I think a lot of these tools are just kind of meh. Tons of tridents. And we have one of the cool things in here is these pants, rush pants, which is something I might end up switching these, which I know I just did all this to these, but I might end up doing the same thing to these pants, or I might use them in certain situations. Rush pants. I'll give you a hint at what they do. Zooming. Now I'm not zooming. And now I'm zooming. And now I'm not zooming. So these basically give you speed. I haven't done anything with them yet. I literally just got them like yesterday. So we'll see. But I do think they're really, really cool. But the main thing I'm interested in showing is the stuff that's in here. The first thing I'll show is this, which is a forge hoe, which I've called the fictional sun hoe. It basically, on a hoe, it's really good for sponges. Now, I've gotten a ton of sponges from the resetting monument and actually had some cooking in here. And so now I've just got like a ton of these. And whenever you mine a wet sponge with this hoe, you basically get a regular dried sponge again. So you never have to smelt your sponges or dry them in the nether. Only ever have to use this when you're using sponge, and it's really, really awesome. The next two things I'm really excited about is the Mega Axe. This has efficiency 6 on it, and when combined with haste 2, efficiency 6 on an axe insta-mines wood, which is so satisfying. And I also got a Mega like Fortune Hoe, which has a Fortune 5 on it, which is 2 better than the vanilla Fortune 3. Which is just awesome. It'd be really nice for getting saplings. But the 4 main ones are these right here. I mentioned in the previous episode when showing my stone generator in here that the above has some special picks that'll be really, really helpful. That'll go in this chest here that I can use to get some certain types of blocks more easily than just going mining, which would be just super nice. I can just AFK for some of the blocks I need. So I've got a deep slater. So this will give me cobbled deep slate in this machine. The granititer, which will give me granite in this machine. The blackstone pick, which will give me blackstone in this machine, and the andesiter, which will give me andesite, of course. I would really like a diorite one, which sounds silly, but I'm going to need diorite, so a diorite one would be really nice if I come across that. Let me just give you a little example here. Let me just mine some of this out real quick, and of course I don't have this set up to go anywhere yet because the factory interior is still not done. Let me just go ahead and release valve that, and we'll come out the back here and see it here. We got our deep slate from that, and that's just awesome. Being able to AFK mine deep slate and blackstone in particular are going to be so helpful. I'm very excited about these, and going to make this machine even more useful. Let's come on back down to the shopping district here to complete finally a project that has been Something I've been meaning to do for a long time is work on the shop. This has just been a blank, empty plot for a long time, and I am very ready to finally get something built here. As you can see, I've kind of gotten rid of the chests that were here that were selling books and other things. I've just kept the wither roses here, and I'm probably going to move these maybe just like out here onto the grass for a little bit while I work on the shop itself. Real quick, before we work on our shop, I wanted to show off that the shopping district is just looking really good. All these roads have been built now. I have set up a little shulker monster right here, and I've labeled it Fictional Temporary Shop Building Shulker Monster, so people know that why this is here. I'm not sure how long this will take me. It might be here for a couple of days while I finish building up this thing. I've got a ton of materials that I've gathered here. Lots of stuff. Now that our factory is starting to get built, I really want to get the shop going so I can start using the factory and start making some diamonds off of redstone and guardian bits and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started. I have got to say that I'm absolutely loving how this has turned out. Really happy with the final result here. The exterior is looking just fantastic, in my opinion. You might notice that it is looking a little bit similar to one of the builds we did in the last episode at the base, and that is by design. I wanted there to be some thematic similarities between the base and the shop here. I wanted them to be fairly similar. Same with the big red herring logo up there. That's reminiscent of the logo on top of the factory at the base as well. Kind of similarly to how there is multiple iterations of that Domino's sugar logo that I showed you in the last episode. This is meant to kind of imitate that kind of thing, where it's still the same logo, but it's in a slightly different iteration here, and attached to the smokestacks here at the top, which I really like a lot. When I originally designed that build at the factory, I wanted it to really blend in, with the other things that were going on there. This one, I wanted it to stand out on its own a little bit more. And because it's in this like nice green mushroom island with the nice green grass, I did kind of replace a little bit of the grass with moss here. Kind of did a nice blend of grass and moss. I really wanted to bring in some of that greenery, especially from down here, which is something that I can't really do in the middle of the ocean on the main base. When I originally designed this building for the main base, I really loved the shapes. I loved all the different shapes that I was getting in the build, and I knew I wanted to kind of bring it into the shop here a little bit. And I'm really happy with how I've differentiated it from that by bringing in the black here. This mix of brick and orange and green and red and black, I think just looks really nice together. And then I've got this extension over here. So this is going to be the main shop, like the Redstone Shop and the Guardian Shop. Might have a couple little things in there as well. This is going to be like an extension that is not open yet, as you can see, coming soon. I put some blockers on the windows here so no one can look inside, so you don't see a big empty space in the center of this building here because the windows are so big. This extension of the build is actually based on something entirely different. It's actually based on a Lego set. Oh, I don't want to show you it yet because it might give away of like what I want to do in here. This extension will hopefully come at a later date once I've gotten some other things going at the base. I have some ideas for what to put in here. So this is going to be closed for now, but this extension exists for whenever I want to put stuff in it. Another thing I wanted to do on the outside here is I had a nice big plot and I wanted to do this kind of look that the building that this is based on. You know, I showed you an image of what that is last episode for this section right here, and this kind of section up here kind of matches it as well. But the building that this is based on has this interesting like little gateway here with like this little arch and then this like garage section attached next to it. And so I wanted to imitate that here. And so I did this nice like little garage here. There's nothing inside of this garage currently. And I don't know if I'll put anything in there or not. It's a little bit on the thin side, but I had to do that to like make it fit with the plots that I had allocated. I can't go outside the plots, so I did what I could with it. But from this angle, it looks really, really good. And I'm really, really happy with like this like little courtyard attachment here. In there, you can like see into the little courtyard going into the main shop. And I got these like nice like pipes, these basalt pipes, these acacia pipes kind of going. There's some skulk sensors over here detecting me if you can hear those. There is... yeah, just like these nice like little overhangs with planters on top of them with like overgrown, you know, greenery. There's like these little like AC window units like popping out of the windows in some places. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with how this has turned out. Oh, I'm actually missing a window here. I'm just realizing I need to put the window in there. And nighttime, I think it looks really nice. I put a lot of effort into like lighting it up in a nice way so that you can read. Everything is readable. The logo is readable and the smokestacks look really nice. And the front looks nice. And then coming over here to take a look at the back here, I really like the way, you know, this back part is like taller than the rest of it. And the shapes here with the extension kind of where it meets this tall part back here. There's a nice little path from the back of the extension here over to the main building. And then there's this nice like stone tower here, kind of breaking up the main building from the extension. Kind of breaking it up in color and separating the two from each other. I really like all these signs at the entrances as well. Red herring. I really like the 3 signs here. I think they look really cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. Oh, wait. I forgot to do the interior. Whoops. Let's go ahead and just back on out and then go back in again. And take a look at this. Really, really loving how this interior turned out. I went back and forth with a lot of different types of ways to set this up, and I'm really happy with what I ended up going with. This kind of like shelf design here where the bottom shelf here is like the things you can buy, and I love using these little mini blocks here. There's the rails, mini block there, mini blocks here, and anywhere there's not mini blocks, use the item itself, which I think works really nicely. Fun fact, for some reason on the server you can't get note block mini blocks, so I had to use a mini block coupon for that. All the other mini blocks come from the wandering trader called Bo in the above, where you like trade him a block and a Titan shard, and you get 8 mini blocks back from him. And I had a lot of help from some people helping me to get all of these because Bo was not being very nice to me. He gets kind of temperamental if you talk to him too much and won't show you very much. So I had a lot of help getting some of these mini blocks, and that was super nice of people to help me do that, and it happened pretty quickly. So on the first shelf, we've got the item that you're going to buy, and the second shelf, you've got the chest that it's going to be contained in. And all these chests are empty so far. I've got to, you know, get the factory really going and start making all this stuff and like get the stuff all stocked up. And I love all the shelves going up to the ceiling. I used some more mini blocks like up there and right there. Just kind of made it look like stuff was being stored here in these shelves, which I just think looks really nice. There's some like interesting like details here, some pipes in the ceiling that I think look really cool. This like little floating guardian over here to like kind of symbolize that there's guardian stuff back here. I'm going to be selling both like individual blocks and shulkers of blocks as well for the guardian stuff. I'm also going to be selling, you know, wither roses here, which I'm already selling. I'm going to be, this is a door to the extension that is not open yet, as I showed you a little bit ago. There are going to be redstone boxes where like I basically pack up redstone boxes with lots of different stuff in them for people to buy, so they can just grab a redstone box and have all the redstone stuff they could possibly need. I'm also going to be selling stuff from my bartering farm that I built a few episodes ago, Crying Obsidian, and Soul Speed 3. Feels like those could be pretty okay sellers here. I'm also going to be selling TNT and rockets. Really love all the detail that's in here. Put a lot of effort into making this look nice, making the walls look nice, and then putting the shelving up and trying to make the shelving look really cool. And like this desk here, this like kind of like you walk in and this is the computer monitors, my head. I was able to use a few of my head here. I plan on using this trick a bit throughout my base as well, where I use my head as a computer monitor. I have to get the factory going and really get all these chests filled up and get the shop officially open. I guess it's not technically officially open yet. It'll be officially open once everything is filled up in here. Come out here to the courtyard area. You can see there's no access here. From out here, there's a bunch of entrances on the other sides of the building. This is just like mostly just for show. This whole thing is just a nice like looking area. Even like this garage here, like it's kind of decorated a little bit on the inside, but there's not a whole lot in there. And I didn't put a pressure plate for people to be able to like, or a button for people to like get in. So there's no access to there. Maybe I can put something in there eventually. Maybe I can like expand the shop and put more stuff inside the garage. I don't know. Put lots of little details in the outside here as well that you might not have seen in the original exterior walkthrough. We can take a look real quick at the employees only area. So this is the stone tower that you see from the front. It's a bubble elevator to get up to the other floor. This is another way to get into the extension here. This will be an employee only entrance for the extension as well. So both employee entrances are right here. So we can go on up. So I did this so you can go all the way up and go all the way to the top here, which is nice. And then there's a little way to get into this section right here, which I'll show you more of in a second. Let's go back down, kind of go all the way back down. And that area is probably not an area I'm going to go to very often. So what you do is just press forward when you're going up here, and you end up in this other area here. Flip that up. And then I can come to the second floor here where I can, basically just store stuff. It'll be really nice to like bring like anything extra that I have here and just like keep it here so I can very easily restock. I don't have to go back and forth to the base as much. I can keep a lot of storage at the base, but I can also keep a lot of storage here for easy restocking. This area over here is just an empty room. I might put something like just non-functional in here, just something like fun and silly, maybe to fill the space, maybe like a little office space or something. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, I'm really thrilled with how this whole thing has turned out. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm really hoping that it does well. I'm going to try to price. I mean, I put all the prices on the chests here, and my prices are, I went and looked at some of the competition, and I try not to like undercut people too much and stuff. Like I'm not trying to do that. I just like want my prices to be reasonable. That's all I'm looking for. Like, what can I comfortably produce from my factory to like feel like my prices are reasonable? And like, what can I sell reasonably here? And that's all I want to be, is just like have a nice, reasonable priced shop. I'm not looking to make tons of diamonds. I'm looking to like get completely rich. One of the things that I'm excited about is just like, to have fun. Building the factory, restocking the shop. Building the shop was a lot of fun. Designing it was a lot of fun. Just the fun of building a shop, building a factory, and like restocking a shop is what I'm looking for. Don't need to get rich. Just want to be reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and sit in my chair here and end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the shop, and I will see you in the next one with more Titancraft. Bye, everyone.